Hey guys, DioGenZ here today for Nintendo Radio Reviews. Metroid Prime Trilogy. So let's get started. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what Metroid Prime Trilogy is, Metroid Prime Trilogy is Prime 1, Prime 2, and Prime 3 packaged all on one disc, put into a beautiful metal casing with exclusive artwork as well. Now, Prime 1 and Prime 2, just like Corruption, have now been introduced to Wii controls. So now you have increased handling, you have a lot smoother movement flow, and you see a lot more of the world with the Wii controls than you would with just the normal GameCube controls. And just to make a comparison, when I was done playing Prime 3, I went back to Prime 1 because I desired more Metroid, and the differences were so great. I was like, wow, and I mean great is indifferent, it's just like incredible. Like, I feel like I was boxed with the GameCube controls. And with Wii controls, everything just flows naturally. So as you can see, you have 3 save slots, and this is my one that I started already. I'm going through it in order, so Prime 1 first, of course. And then you have 2 other new game spots, and you could assign a Mii, and we're going to do a special Mii. We're going to put Samus. Okay? So once you set up your profile, you can enter in. Oh, and if you see, it also shows your progress of all 3 here. So, like, I have 36% on Veteran. And that's another thing, that if you look here, you can start the game on normal mode or Veteran right off the bat. You don't have to go through the games and, unlock them separately, which is a really, really nice, nice touch. So before we get into the game, I just want to talk about the options you have here. If you go into the options, you have the display, because now it supports widescreen. Bonus credit message, all the different options for the visuals. Sound, you can edit the music and the sound effects. Now, controls, it's not as thorough as, say, the Conduit, but you can alter the sensitivity. You can have the lock on if you want the Z targeting. You could X out your rumble if you want. I don't know why you would. This is interesting, though, the swap, jump, and fire. If you still play a lot of the Conduit, you may want to switch it to this option, because the controls are flipped if you have the standard controls on the Conduit. And yeah, so then you could swap out, the beam, visor, and the hyper mode. Switch it so plus is visor instead of minus. That's pretty cool. And I do like the customization options. They may be minute, but they are pretty good. And here you can see that they've thrown in the achievement system. You can see all your achievements down here that you've collected through playing the various games and completing the requirements. So you want to have WeConnect 24 on, because you can send friend vouchers. Here's a friend voucher. You can send it to friends who also have this. You have the soundtrack gallery, in which you can unlock, once you play through the game a bit more, and then buy. You have the bonus gallery, so you have the screenshot tool, which I highly recommend getting, because it allows you to go through the game, take pictures as you go, and put it on your Wii. And then you have some concept galleries here. So that's pretty cool. And that's in the main options. Now, before we go into single player, I just want to mention Metroid multiplayer here. Now, I thought this was just the most badass animation here. Yeah, so Prime 2 Echoes had multiplayer mode in the GameCube, and I played it a bit, and it was very clunky. It was really not enjoyable. I played it in the Wii version of the game, and it was a lot better in the way of movement. I mean, it's just as good as, like, the single player would be. So here you can enter in more players, which I'm just not going to do. We're going to just go back to the menu. I want to show you that. But the biggest thing is the fact that it's really unchanged. I would have liked to see Nintendo add some sort of Wi-Fi feature to it, because that would have been so great. It would have been kind of like, here's a taste of what Metroid Prime Hunters could be on the Wii. Because while the Wii controls are great, and it's really fun to play with the Wii and your friend locally, you can't do anything for, like, say, me and Ryan, who are, you know, across the country. So here you have the option to go in any 3 of the games. You can choose any which way you want to go. You can go to normal, veteran. I always choose veteran because I usually played through normal just to get veteran. And they always do that really cool animation. It'll be different. So in Prime 1, they'll have Samus as, you know, her regular self. I think in Prime 2, she's dark suit Samus, and in Prime 3, she has the PED suit. So that's very cool. So the games start out the same. I mean, it's the same game. This is something you have to realize. One thing they did change, and you can kind of see it here, if you remember the original Prime 1 cutscenes, they kind of spruced them up a bit. You could see a bit more in certain places. I just fought the boss Stardust, and you know, his cutscene was a little bit different than before, and it's really cool. I thought that was a good improvement on the game. One thing that I noticed they didn't really improve as far as the graphics. I mean, the graphics are improved, no doubt. They are a lot nicer, a lot crisper, and the funny thing about this is the fact that Prime 1 and Prime 2 are both GameCube games, and they still look like 1,000 times better than a lot more of the titles on Wii. And it's just kind of pathetic and funny at the same time that, you know, it's really a testament to Retro Studios' great art design that they've been able to achieve. Now, I doubt I'll be able to show you the graphical kind of mishap that I found is the water and the lava effects. Now, I'm realizing that maybe it's a bit of an art style thing that they didn't change the water, but, you know, I noticed that the water in, say, Super Mario Sunshine looked a lot crisper, a lot cleaner, and I mean, obviously, I'm not looking for clean oceans or anything like that, but the fluidity of the water was a lot better. I mean, this water, they really didn't look like they changed a whole lot to it. It looks basically the same. It looks pretty flat, pretty two-dimensional. But other than that, the graphics, really great. I mean, they have a lot more added, I guess, shine to it. You can see there's a lot more reflective elements on Samus' suit as they take a tour around. And so here's some of the Wii controls here. And you can use the Z target. Now, the Z target is not like it was for the GameCube. And here you press the minus button to scan. And they have all the scanning elements, which is still one of the best parts of Metroid. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I personally like it because it gives you a bit more into the Prime story. I mean, you're not gonna... I mean, you can get a sense for what's going on, no doubt, by just playing through the game. But when you read the Chozo lore, the Pirate Labs data, and all the various other things that they have around for you to scan, it really adds a whole new dimension to the game, just like the Wii controls did. And, you know, they retained all that, which is great. So we're going to depressurize the room here. Now, I'm sure for all you Metroid fans, you realize this, we're on the frigate right now. And you can see by pressing the 1 button, it's kind of like you went into hyper mode, except now you have this option screen where you can choose your weapons. So you'll have the electrical weapon and the ice and the flaming weapons on there too. So here you can see really great visual effects. This bastard still... No, maybe he's not. You can see this one's sort of alive. I feel like I'm not really depicting a great state here just because of you know, the fact that there's not a lot of enemies, and I doubt we'll get to this Parasite Queen. So, for my overall rating for this game, I'm going to rate it a 9.7, and I want to tell you why I'm rating it a 9.7 and just not leave you off with that. You know, obviously, it's an old game. You know, it's 2 old games bundled with one that's already out on the market. But the Wii controls are so great, and the package that you're getting is incredible. You're getting such a bargain for these games, because the regular new Play Control games run for $30 a pop. Then you have a Wii game, which is, you know, this is still $50. I mean, it may have reduced in price slightly if you look around, but overall, the main price is $50. So you're getting 2 $30 games, a $50 game. You're getting a massive, massive bargain. I mean, this is a regular $50 price game. You know, like a regular Wii game. If this was any higher of a price, it probably wouldn't get such a good score. But, you know, you also got to consider, like, not only does it get all these 3 amazing games in this compilation set, but it also packages it fantastically. I mean, the box art, you know, the concept art that they give you is just incredible, and you really need to experience it for yourself. So, yeah, this game definitely gets a 9.7. The Wii improvements that they did to this, the new play controls, are amazing. The enhanced graphics are great. There are some things that I wish they went into a little bit more depth, but overall, it's an excellent game, and you really need to add this to your collection if you're a Metroid fan, or even if you just like adventure games.